Hello everyone, I'm Robi and I'm taking part in protests in Mostar and in meetings of citizen plenums of Mostar. I think it's most important to say that Bosnia, that used to be one of the most industrial republics of ex-Yugoslavia and had a very strong and numerous working class, has a 50% official unemployment today, and among young people 70%. All the possible questionnaires say that 75% of young people would love to leave the country if they had a chance to do so. And if anybody looks for reasons for protest, it must be this. It must be the privatization process that deprived hundreds of thousands of people of financial means to live off, literally. And the companies like this Sokol company in Mostar that used to produce helicopters, that used to produce parts for Airbus and similar, for Boeing, is non-existing now. It used to employ 5,000 people, many electro engineers. It used to employ many different profiles of people, high-profiled experts. Today none of these people are needed. They are all unemployed. None of them even have pension because I don't know what is the proper term in English, but they don't have enough years of work to get the real pension. And not to mention that average pension in Bosnia is around 160 euros. And your average electricity bill is around 30 euros, and if you need medicine and stuff like this, there is no way you can get through a month. And those are the reasons for protest. Many people compare the protests of Bosnia and Ukraine, for instance. There are many differences. From what we can understand from the mainstream media, this is most of information about Ukraine that we get from, is like that mainly the people in Ukraine demand to loosen up the ties to Russia and strengthen the ties to European Union. And there is a massive extreme right-wing involvement. There is this, how is it called, the right sector or something like this, with a lot of neo-Nazis. And in Bosnia the protests are purely social, and for one of the first times they are massive and openly anti-nationalists. And there are like minimum 3 very revolutionary things happening right now in Bosnia. One of them would be that in the country and in society that until few days ago was strictly controlled by political parties, by religious leaders and nationalist leaders, first time the people rose together. First time they are experimenting with direct democracy. They are first time feeling self-confident enough to take part in decision making. This is, for Bosnia, this is very, very revolutionary. Also, Bosnia was unfortunately known for many hunger strikes and many suicides happening over years. After this, what is happening now in past 10 days, I think there will be no more hunger strikes in future, and that every next protest is going to be more demanding and is going to be more strong and probably more radical than this one, if the authorities don't understand the message of people.
And what is the message of people as they, articulate it in these 2 past weeks here in Mostar specifically?
It's still articulating, but basically it's mainly about social demands. It's about revision of privatization. It's about holding people who destroyed these companies responsible, and they are the most powerful, the richest and the most influential people of Bosnia today. People are demanding the authorities to bring a law on social justice for the civil victims of war, for mothers with children, for pregnant women. For instance, Herzegovina canton that we live in doesn't have this law. Nobody supports these young mothers. These are all the demands are based around this. They demand, for instance, in Mostar, people demand that politicians cut their salaries down to the level of an average worker's salary, which in practice would mean that nobody who is after money and who is after material things is gonna go to politics, because there would be no money in politics. They would go to finances or whatever, where there is bigger money, you know. And people who would be willing to work for an average salary would be people who really want to do something good for their society. I guess, I hope.
And what excites you in this, you know, in these 2 last weeks here? I mean, what do you discover? What do you...
It excites me that we broke this gap between these social groups, and this is one of those revolutionary things that is happening now. For the first time, people of different ethnicities, pensioners, students, demobilized soldiers who publicly speak against nationalism, and all these groups are feeling each other's problems and discussing and speaking to each other, protesting together, making demands together, offering solutions together. Now people are forming working groups in plenums, legal working groups, working group that is gonna make a research on economy, try to make some solutions, to offer some concrete solutions. And it's just all of this process is very exciting. It's very hard, it's usually very chaotic, to be honest, but it's happening for the first time for all of us. We are all learning it day by day.
And you know, usually I sum the interviews up with asking what is your message to, I don't know, to activists in the world. Maybe you can answer that too, but I feel like asking, what do you feel is the message of Mostar to the other people in Bosnia that are now, you know, either revolting or protesting, or either waiting to see what's happened?
First, for the people who are waiting to see what's gonna happen, don't wait. It's up to you as much as it's up to me or anybody else. I know many nice people, many intelligent, honest, good people who are waiting to see what is going to happen. It's too chaotic for them. They are seeing some faces they never seen before, some people that they are not part of the same social group, and they are having distance from this. If you are not satisfied with the protest, if you are not satisfied with the plenum, if you are not satisfied with the demands, if you think something can improve, please come take part at plenum. Everybody is totally equal. If you come one time, you will understand it's like this. You will be listened to, you will be heard, your proposal will be discussed, it's gonna be voted for, every person has a vote. There is no calculation, there is no manipulation of any political party, there are no political party involved in any absolutely direct or indirect way in all this process. Please feel free to take part, because it's your responsibility to improve your life. And to the active people of the world and of other places in Bosnia, people in Sarajevo, people in Tuzla, people in Zenica, people in Bihać, don't let them fool you, don't let them divide you. They are trying everything. All the political parties are working together, using the public services media, using other mainstream media to discredit us, to discredit the protesters individually, to discredit the demands, to discredit the protest. But so far they are failing. We must stick together and don't be afraid of threats. If we can still be doing it in Mostar, where it's twice harder when you have threats from two so-called sides, then you must be even braver than us, because your situation is a little bit easier and you can probably win more victories than we do. So please, we are all looking at Tuzla, we are all looking at Sarajevo, so it's up to you guys.